Hey guys, this is Dr. Logsden. Thanks for watching. Today we are going to talk about the traits of effective learners. So this is a lecture I do early in the semester of most of my classes. If you're watching this, you're probably not in my class. So this is just some general information that I share. This is not applicable to just my class. This is applicable to anyone who wants to be a better college student. I'm assuming that is what led you to this video. You want to know how you can be more effective in the classroom. So here's some general tips. I have written them down. Everything I do, I love to take notes, so that's what this notebook is here for. The first thing that effective learners do is they accept responsibility. What I mean by that is there is a very strong tendency in everyone, not just college students, but everybody, they want to say things like, well, I've earned an A. Or they might also say, that professor gave me an F. The truth of it is, you earn both grades. Whatever happens in the classroom is ultimately going to be your responsibility. Truly, no one else is responsible. Now, what can you do about this? There are a few simple habits that you can do. I have been teaching for almost 20 years at this point. Over 10 years of those have been in higher education. And I find that students who do better, they attend class regularly, they show up on time, they listen, and they take responsibility for themselves and their actions. I have students who will come rolling in 15-20 minutes late routinely. There was one semester I taught a class, and it was a 4-hour class, met from 8 a.m. to noon. There was one person, she came in every single day at 8:45 without fail. We only had to do a 2-hour final. So I said, you know what, we're gonna do the final from 9 to 11. Final started at 9. Guess when she showed up? She showed up at 9:45. She did not do well. You cannot do well if you come to class routinely late. Now that doesn't mean if one day something bad happens, it's better to show up late than not at all, but it should not be a regular habit. I cannot emphasize this enough to my students. Students who miss class do not do well. And if you do miss class, one of the worst things you can do is you email your professor and say, sorry, I wasn't there. Did I miss anything? Or even, what did I miss? The best thing you can do is if you do miss class, talk to one of your fellow students first. Effective learners are self-motivated. You cannot rely on anyone else for motivation. You have to know why you're there, what you hope to accomplish, and the way you can do this is by discovering personally meaningful goals and dreams. You're in college for a reason. You might not even know what that reason is yet. It might be something as nebulous as, I saw my parents work a job they hated, and I know that I want to have a job that makes better money and to be happier in my career than my parents were. That's enough to start, but you have to know why you're there. There are a lot of students who treat college like high school 2.0, and that is a terrible decision. If you are in that role, if you went to college just because it's what is next, find out why you're there as quickly as you can before you rack up a lot of student loan debt and have nothing to show for it. Effective learners also they manage themselves very well. They're organized. They have a notebook that is nice and neat. They don't have just a backpack full of random papers stuffed in anywhere. Effective learners have good time management skills. They have good study and note-taking skills. Hopefully you will learn these by coming to this channel. That is, I'm going to make videos about all these topics on a regular basis. So subscribe and you can learn more about these different ways to be a better student. Another thing that students do, effective learners do, is they respond. They don't react. And what I mean by that is, and this kind of ties in with time management, have a calendar, whether it's electronic or a paper copy, and write down every due date as soon as you hear it, and do things ahead of time. So many students will wait until the night before a paper is due. We can tell. We can always tell. I have had students, rarely, unfortunately, who will come to me and say, hey, I want to get a head start on this assignment. What do I need to do? That's awesome. That is a case of you are responding to a responsibility. I've also had students who email me 45 minutes before an assignment is due on Sunday night at midnight and say, I don't know how to get started on this 3-page paper. What should I do? And guess who's not checking their email at 11:15 p.m. on a Sunday night? Effective learners are interdependent. And what I mean by that is, you're not just in college to get an education. You should also be looking to network. You should be building mutually supportive relationships. And that includes with your professors. Develop a respectful working relationship with your professors. We all have office hours for a reason, and they are to help you. I welcome students dropping in during my office hours to ask me questions. I've even had students who, after they've gotten to know me, may even just drop in and say, hey, I just want to say hi, see how your day was going. Your professors are not your enemies. We are here to help you succeed. That is what we want to see happen. One thing that happens a lot in college is students sometimes feel very unanchored. They don't feel like they have a place to land. Build those networks, build those relationships. As a result of the positive relationships that I have built with students, I would say I probably write 30 or 40 letters a semester for scholarships, for sorority or fraternity organizations, for job applications, for grad school applications. Because we built this working relationships, when students need a reference or a letter of recommendation or whatever it is, they know they can call me or stop by my office or email me to get that. And you can do that too. All you have to do is start building those relationships with your professors, your advisors, with the professionals on campus. Students who are effective learners, they have self-awareness. And this is what I mean by that. Your thoughts lead to your beliefs, and your beliefs lead to your actions. And this can go either direction. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you have the mindset of, this class sucks, I hate it, I hate this professor, I hate the school, I hate everything, you're much more likely to fail. That is just the truth of it. But conversely, if you have the mindset of, you know what, this class is tough, but I'm smart enough, I know how to study, I'm willing to put in the effort, I can do this, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to learn from it. You will enjoy it, you will learn from it, and you're much more likely to get the grade you want. Be an active participant in the entire college experience. Don't just sit back and let it pass you by. Be on top of things, get to know people, and experience it, live it, don't watch it. And lastly, effective learners believe in lifelong learning. You are not going to graduate and never learn again. Education is going to continue throughout your life, and effective learners look for lessons to learn in all of their experiences. All right, this was a shorter video than usual. Hopefully it gave you some ideas or some motivation. Leave me a comment down below if you have any thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see future videos. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.